welcome to the IEEE poster session with Times-7. We are a UHF RFID antenna designer and manufacturer, and today we will explore the difference between NFC and UHF RFID Near-Field. I'm Giuliana, and I have here with me Dr. Prabakar Parthiban, our Senior RF Engineer and Head of Engineering. Today, I'm going to talk to Prabakar about his published IEEE poster, UHF RFID Near-Fields, is it NFC? Prabakar, you published this poster with a focus on UHF RFID Near-Field and why it gets confused with NFC. But what does NFC actually stand for?
NFC stands for Near-Field Communications.
And are there any similarities between Near-Field UHF and NFC?
Yes, there are. So both NFC and Near-Field UHF RFID are a type of RFID, and they both work at proximity distances.
So both stands for Near-Field, and they have similarities, but they're not the same. That is confusing.
Right.
Maybe let's talk about the differences then. So what can UHF RFID Near-Field do that NFC can't?
Entirely two different types of RFID, as I said before. So that's a major difference, and they operate at a different standard. And they for example, a Near-Field tag cannot be read by a UHF RFID system, and conversely, a UHF RFID tag cannot be read by a Near-Field RFID reader. So that's a major difference. And the second difference is only one tag can be read at a time at NFC, whereas with UHF RFID you can probably read up to 1,000 tags a second.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
And what about the common read distance from the antenna reader to the tagged assets for the two?
So for the NFC, typically it's up to 10 centimeters, which is equivalent to 4 inches. But for UHF Near-Fields, you can probably read up to 500 millimeter, which is about 1.5 foot.
And can you give me examples of when you would use UHF Near-Field?
Sure. So UHF Near-Field, the beauty about that particular type of fields is that it doesn't get absorbed by liquids, and UHF Near-Field antennas are not susceptible to metals or proximity metals. So use cases like if you want to track a bag of blood or I don't know, bottles of water or something, then obviously UHF Near-Field is the way to go. And also if you want to track metal assets like tools or surgical instruments, it's probably better to use a Near-Field antenna because they're not susceptible to close proximity metal as opposed to UHF RFID far-field antenna, where the antenna do get detuned.
Oh, so perfect for very challenging environments.
That's correct.
That's perfect. Is there a separate antenna I need to purchase for UHF Near-Field applications?
Near-Fields are dependent on the wavelength as well as the size of the antenna, and as it progresses distance-wise, the fields do turn into far fields. Now, because of this phenomenon, you can still use the same far-field antenna for near-field detections, but when it comes to applications where you want to detect tags on the surface of the antenna, you may need a special antenna called true near-field antenna or something similar to detect efficiently. And did you know that there are two types of tags as well, near-field tag and far-field or hybrid tags?
Well, that's really interesting. Tell me more about that.
So the first one is the actual near-field tag, which is also called as near-field only tag because it has a tiny magnetic loop which detects a near-field magnetic signals, as opposed to the one on your right has got both a loop as well as a wiggle thingy, which is we call as dipole tag. So that can detect both near-field and far fields. So it depends what you actually use, actually makes a whole bunch of differences in your use case. So for instance, if I pick and choose the first near-field tag, and if I tend to use it on a far-field antenna, I may be able to read, nice and easy, but level, I won't be able to read on the center of the antenna and obviously at the edges of the antenna, and that's because I don't have enough magnetic field distribution on the surface across X and Y axis, whereas on your right you have a true near-field antenna as promoted by Times-7, which is a proper near-field antenna where you can actually read the near-field tag efficiently across the surface.
Wow, so I understand that not only the right antenna selection is important, but also you have to select the right tag. I'm going to go through some quick-fire questions and bust some myth about UHF or RAIN near-field reader antennas. Are you ready?
Scary.
Don't be scared.
Yeah.
Okay, number one.
Yeah.
Can near-field reader antennas only read near-field tags?
No, you can read both far-field and near-field tags.
Okay, number two. Is their read range limited to their surface?
No, again, as I said, it can go up to 500 millimeters.
And am I right in saying they cannot read multiple tags at one time?
NFC cannot, but UHF RFID can definitely.
And are they suitable only for tap and go applications?
No, who said no?
I didn't. Are they low gain far field antennas?
Again, that's the biggest myth around there. So they are not low gain far field antennas, they are actually near field antennas, yeah.
Are they always linearly polarized?
No, near field doesn't have any polarization because it works on the magnetic field interaction. So it can be either this way, that way, or that way. So polarization doesn't make sense to that.
Okay. Thank you so much for watching. If you would like to learn more about Times-7 true near-field antennas, then please visit us at our website or contact us at sales@times-7.com. If you would like to read Prabakar's poster in full, then please follow the link below. Thank you.